Welcome to the relationship theory, everyone. Here we take thoughts in, we break them down, we build them up, and we play them out today. We're going to be talking about how to trust a man. Ooh, maybe, and this is a large guess, but maybe you have heard terrible things about men. Maybe you walk around with this idea that men are scary and they're big and they're strong and they can harm you if left alone with them for too long, almost as if they're irresponsible just because of their strength. Yes, so we're here to dispel a few of those things, because strength does not mean that you automatically have lost all kind of sense and control of yourself. So trust is a really big thing that comes into play when it comes to wanting to interact with a man. Then the onus is on you. There's nothing a man can do outside of his strength to help you trust him. The ball is completely in your court, no matter who you are. The ball is completely in your court when it comes to trusting a man. But how do you make this happen, right? Effectively, the question is also, how do you find yourself in a place where a man uses his strength to gift you things, to bless you, to give you opportunities, to empower you, to support you? That's what you really want. This is a relationship after all. But I'm here to offer a tip for you today. So how do you trust a man? One of the things you're going to need to do is challenge him. Surprise! So what I even mean by challenge a man, you might think that that is one of the worst things that you could possibly do. Why in the world would anyone want to challenge a man, especially if they have this scary image of a monstrosity when it comes to their strength? Why would you want to do that? The reason why you want to do that is because you want to see his capacity to restrain himself. You want to see the extension of his mercy. That's what you want to see. You want to see him exhibit those characteristics. You want to know if a man is capable of understanding his strength and its limits or its boundlessness. And the only way to do that is to see how he responds to his own strength. A man is going to be putting his strength out all of the time. He has things that he needs to do that require that strength. It calls out his life as a man, calls out his strength to help him endure, understand, to test, and to increase his potential in everything that he does. So when it comes to a relationship with you, if you help him understand himself and his strength through you by putting his words up against himself, by challenging his strength. The challenge is referring to seeing how much mercy he has when it comes to his strength. You have men that will use their strength without restraint. They don't care who gets hurt. They don't care who gets hit. They're not concerned with any of those things. Sometimes you'll see this from the outset. You don't have to get any closer to see that a man doesn't care about who he hurts or what he has to do to get what he wants. The clear indication is to stay away from those kind of men. But they're the other ones that are insidious, that need you to get close enough. Those are the ones where you need to test a man's words against himself. And this happens naturally, whether you know it or not. This actually happens naturally between human beings. You know, when you're interacting with someone and something doesn't seem coherent, there's some information that's being left out. Something doesn't make sense. Something isn't adding up in a conversation. And when you call that out, when you're asking someone to clarify something, that's actually one of the ways where you're challenging someone's words against themselves. Because what you're doing is asking them to give you missing pieces of information, but you don't know if they're omitting it on purpose or they just left it out accidentally and will then inform you. It's that kind of interaction that's already natural, where you're already challenging someone. You just wouldn't consider it a challenge. But the basic need for a human being to interact with another human being is to pass along information that is able to be adapted on and developed. So this is already happening. This video is really particularly about the fact that there are people who may trust people, they may trust women, they may trust mothers, they may trust a group of people, but when it comes to a singular entity, when it comes to a man, when it comes to a male that you do not know and that you're alone with, how do you figure out how to trust him without anyone else's words of advice and information that is out of context, because you're the only one in the context with a man alone, right? So this video is really for how to trust a man when you have no one else's words to guide you by. You must challenge him. And like I said, it's already natural that you challenge people in the first place by clarifying what they're saying to you. So see how a man clarifies himself when you point out something that doesn't seem to make any sense. There are men who will be upset that you caught on to what they were trying to say, if they were trying to leave things out on purpose. And there will be the men who are happy to know that you are actually paying attention. And I'm more than happy to provide you with anything that you need past the point of what they previously offered. Those are the kinds of men that you want to look out for. Those are the kinds of men that you want to trust, because they're actually trying to help you. They're actually trying to provide you the strength that they naturally put out from themselves each and every day. You want them to be aware of their own strength by giving it back to them when they give it to you. That's how you trust a man. And then just watch his reactions. If he gets upset, either he knows exactly what he was doing or he doesn't know himself well enough. Either way, you have your answer. This is the relationship theory. Everyone, please check in the description box. I have a book that has come out. It's You Are You, Life, Relationships, and How the Idea of Relationships Affect Your Life. Please do give it a read. It's on Amazon Kindle. Again, it's in the description box below. Check that out and have a great day.